Humans have shown themselves to be a very adaptable species, able to live in some of the toughest and least hospitable places on Earth. But some people take this to the extreme and choose to live in bizarre places that defy logic. In this video, we'll look at some of the most interesting and unusual places to live on Earth, as well as the people who call them home. So buckle up and get ready to be amazed by the creativity and cleverness of these brave adventurers who have tried to live life on their terms. This video is going to be very amazing, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel now. Let's get started. Number 10. Living in a shopping mall. Michael Townsend and his friends attempted something bold in 2003. They secretly converted an abandoned Rhode Island shopping mall space into a studio apartment. They built a cinder block room and smuggled 2 tons of construction supplies into the mall. The group lived undiscovered in their secret location for up to 3 weeks at a stretch for 4 years, using the mall's public bathrooms. Townsend planned to renovate the room until security guards found their secret residence. Townsend said a holiday ad that romanticized living in a mall inspired him to do this as an artistic venture. Townsend pleaded guilty to unlawful trespassing, but his story will inspire any adventurer. Number 9. Living in a clown motel. The Clown Motel, which is situated in the heart of Nevada's Tonopah Desert, is not for easily scared people. The creepy atmosphere and scary clown decorations at this hotel will make your hair stand on end. With dolls, stuffed animals, porcelain statues, and even life-size statues of famous clowns, you'll feel like you've stepped into a mini-clown world right out of a scary movie. The hotel is also a museum of clowns, which is scary enough to give even the bravest people bad dreams. If you want to feel like you're in another world, you should stay at the Clown Motel before going into the sewers. But be careful. This place might keep coming back to you at your dreams for years. Number 8. Living in a key house. Next, we have the Key House, which is on the west coast of England, in the quiet fishing town of Conway. It seems impossible that anyone could even fit inside, let alone live there. Even though it is small, the Key House has a long past. It was first built in the 1600s so that sailors could store their gear there. It became a home in the 1800s, and people have lived there ever since. The Key House doesn't have a toilet, which might be something that surprises you. It's too small for even one person. Instead, people have to go to a nearby public toilet. It's a minor problem, but it's a small price to pay for living in such a strange house. Number 7. Living in a beach house. In Rio de Janeiro, where the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $357 and the average monthly wage is $367. This is the hard reality for many people. So, what do you do when you can't pay for a place to live? You use sand to build your own house. Marcio Matolias did that, and he has been living in his sand castle for 26 years. You might think that living in a sand castle is hard, but Marcio is happy there. He sells old books to pay for his food and cooks on a grill outside. At a nearby fire station, he only has to pay $1 to take a shower. Marcio says he's happy because his house is cozy, full of books, and has a view of the sea. Plus, it doesn't cost him a dime. Number 6. Living in a sewer house. Even though it sounds strange, a pair in Colombia has lived there for over 20 years. Restrepo, his wife Maria, and their loyal dog have been living in an abandoned sewer-like tube in Medellin. The small room, which is only 3 meters wide and 2 meters deep, has been turned into a cozy home with a TV, stove, oven, and even a bed with a mattress. Surprisingly, all of their tools are hooked up to the power grid, which makes their lives a little bit easier. The couple says that even though they live unusually, their basement home is warm, dry, and quiet, giving them a peaceful life. Even though they are homeless, the local government has not made them leave their sewer home. Number 5. Living in a cave. Daniel James, who goes by the name Swello, is a modern-day caveman who has decided to live in a very different way. By choosing not to use money, Swello has taken the idea of living off the grid to a whole new level. Swello has chosen not to use modern money systems. Instead, he wants to live like our ancestors and get everything he needs from nature. Can you imagine living in a cave without modern comforts like a bed, couch, or even a TV? Well, Swello can. He thinks that people today are held hostage by a system they don't even know about, and his way of breaking free from the constraints of modern life is both inspiring and makes you think. In his book, The Man Who Quit Money, Swallow talks about his life and how he has done things differently to live an unusual life. Number 4. Living in a school bus. Imagine finding a trash-filled bus in an empty lot where 2 young children live. That's exactly what happened to a Texas male worker who was on her way home when she saw 2 dirty kids playing around a school bus. Her heart sank when she realized the children, 11 and 5, were homeless and living in an old bus. Even worse, their parents were in jail. There were no adults around to watch out for the kids. They had to live off of the bus's power, water, and air conditioning. Their aunt was supposed to take care of them, but she worked 12-hour shifts and couldn't watch them. It's a sad story about young kids who have to grow up and take care of themselves too quickly. Number 3. Living in a hobbit hole. Imagine leaving your stressful life behind and falling into a world out of a storybook. Dan Price did exactly that when he moved into a hobbit hole. Some people might think it's bizarre or even scary to live in it, but Dan couldn't refuse it. Before he moved to the remote Northeast, Dan helped his family get settled in his home state of Oregon. There, he found the right place outside of town to build his own hobbit hole. Dan has lived in this 80-square-foot home that looks like a basement for the past 10 years. He built it out of things he found on the street. Living in a hobbit hole isn't for everyone, but for Dan, it's been the trip of a lifetime. Number 2. Living in underground tunnels. The Kansas City, Missouri Police Department was taken aback when investigating the theft of copper from grain mills. They discovered a hidden labyrinth of tunnels beneath the city that provided shelter to a number of the city's homeless population. The tunnels were cunningly concealed with brush and garbage, and ventilation was provided by PVC lines running through the tunnels. Within one of the caverns, they found a chamber that was as deep as 7.5 meters and included candles and mattresses. People became concerned that there were children around, since there was a pile of diapers. Unfortunately, living in the tunnels was determined to be too dangerous, and as a result, the police cleaned them out. Number 1. Living in a transparent house. This one-of-a-kind house may be seen on a busy street in Japan, sandwiched in between 2 typical houses. Be warned, though, that if you require privacy when sleeping or using the loo, this home is probably not the best option for you. And if you're the type of person who can't bear so much as a single fingerprint on the window, this location might as well be hell on earth for you. However, if you prefer uncomplicated items and spending time outside, this house can be perfect for you. The furniture is understated and modern, and there are a large number of plants located all throughout the space. It gives the impression that you are residing in a treehouse. This may be your opportunity to find out, if you've ever entertained the notion of doing so, what it's like to make your home on a seafort. Hope you liked the video. Drop a like and hit subscribe button, and follow for more updates. Have a good day.